say, this is our last chance. And I know there are many other people in the field that are doing wonderful work. Mr. Goff, Mrs. Elizabeth Billings, there are many, but none of them can say that they send out close to 2 million for 15 years, and at $1 a year. I've had almost fist fights with Mr. McGinley. Why don't you raise that to $3? How can he send out 24 at $1, and then when he gets a new subscriber, they'll give him $2 or $3 worth of circulars? And I would say that if there's one man that we want to keep into this fight, it's Conde McGinley. And rather than buy lipstick or cigarettes or whiskey, rather than bet on race horses, go out and pay, I don't know what to call it, play golf. You pay something to hit the ball, a TC or something. A green fee, thanks. I never played golf yet. I got a ball, so I chased after one. So anyhow, I'm telling you, if you want to make a sacrifice, if you want to make last year's trip do again, if you want to alter a dress to make it do again this year, if men, instead of going out and seeing a new necktie, you forego that necktie. Keep poor Mr. McGinley, number one, alive. He's on his, maybe his deathbed. Nobody knows. He's very, very sick. Very sick. Number two, keep him in this fight. There's somebody here identified with that operation, or I wouldn't dare tell an untruth. I respect that person's confidence in me, but every day they owe more and more money to their creditors, and the time is going to come when they will be shut down, because there is no such animal as a wealthy Mr. Freedman to pick up the check for them. That day is gone. I have my own responsibility, and I'm glad to make both ends meet, and thank God for that. I will say that since 1933, I have spent of my lifetime's accumulations of hard work, according to the Department of Justice, who investigated me to convince themselves I wasn't an Arab propagandist receiving money from the Grand Mufti. I have spent $2,400,000 and some odd that I accumulated through hard work. And I think it's time that a few of the other people picked up the check. And I will say I found it very hard and very sad to do, because people said, why that's Jew, why those Jew bastards, they're always the same, or goddamn Jew, you can't trust them, or what is he coming around here for, to go and report me to the Anti-Defamation League? And I had a tough time, so I said, fine off, I'm just working with Mr. McGinley. And I will admit that people who are in a position to assess my integrity, like Mr. Alan Dole here and others, have all come around and said, some of them, in so many words, well, you have sure been a damn fool. I really threw myself into this fight, and I'm going to do it as long as the breath of life is left in me, and all I'm asking you all to do is buy one less pack of cigarettes a week, you ladies buy one less lipstick a month, and keep common sense afloat. Because if it sinks, Christianity will sink with it. And mark my words, I hope it will never come to pass. But if you don't, you will see it come to pass. Now, is there anyone who would like to ask you a question? I'd like you to ask anything that's on your conscience, no matter what it is. All right, I'll comment on that. Now, I don't want to get into this question. It's rather deep, but you all have a very high degree of intelligence, so I'm going to make an attempt. In the time of Bible history, there was a geographic area known as Judea. Judea was a province of the Roman Empire. Now, a person who lived in Judea was known as a Judean, and in Latin it was Judaeus, and in Greek it was Judea. Those are the two words, Greek and Latin, for a Judean. Now, the word in Latin and Greek, there is no such letter as J, and the first syllable of Judaeus and Judaius stops Jew. Now, when the Bible was written, it was first written in Greek, Latin, Anantic, Syriac, Aramaic, all those languages. Never was the word Jew in any of them, because the word didn't exist. Judea was the country, and the people were Judeans, and Jesus was referred to only as a Judean. I have seen those the earliest scripts available. I'm always at the American Bible Society, and there was no such thing. In 1345, a man by the name of Wycliffe in England thought it was time to translate the Bible into English. There was no English edition of the Bible, because who the devil could read? It was only the educated church people who could read Latin and Greek, Syriac, Aramaic, and the other languages. Anyhow, Wycliffe thought, I'm going to make this translation into English. And he did. But in it, he had to look around for some word for Judaeus and Judaius. There was no English word because Judea had passed out of existence. There was no Judea. People had long ago forgotten that. So he, in the first translation, used the word in referring to Jesus as G-Y-U, Jew. There was no printing press. Now, between 1345 and the 17th century, when the printing press came into use, that word passed through so many changes. I have them all here. If you want, I can read them to you. I will. That word, Jew, which was in the Wycliffe Bible, became it was first G-Y-U, Jew, then G-I-U, Jew, then I-U, Jew, because the I in Latin is pronounced like the J, like Julius Caesar is I-U-L. There is no J in Latin. Then I-U-W, Jew. Then I-E-U-U. Then I-E-U-I, Jewy. Then I-W-E. Then I-O-W. Then I-E-W-E. All in Bible. As time went on. Then I-E-U-E. Then I-U-E. Then I-V-E. Then I-E-W. And finally, in the 18th century, J-E-W. Jew. All the corrupt and contracted forms for Judaius and Judaeus in Latin. Now, there was no such thing as Jew. And any theologian, I've lectured in maybe 20 of the most prominent theological seminaries in this country, and 2 in Europe, there was no such word as Jew. There only was Judea. And Jesus was a Judean. And the first English use of a word in an English Bible to describe him was G-Y-U, Jew, a contracted and shortened form of Judea. Just the same as we